let's get started with our first question from Steve Ashburner.
Hi, Ty. You've got a number of players as well as coaches on your staff who have participated in the biggest stage of the playoffs in the past. I'm wondering where you think experience like that can show up in a best of seven series. Is it in key moments in games? Is it in between games in terms of how people react or adjust? What's your impression of experience?
I think the key moments, like we did, like we saw in Game 5 and 6 against Utah, the best player goes down and guys step up and make big plays for your team. So I would say in key moments like that.
Thanks.
Thanks. We'll go next to Justin Russo.
Hey, Coach. Good to see you. What is the biggest thing for you in this game to get off to a good start after such a short turnaround?
I think defensively, I think having a defensive mindset, to start the game. The first 6 minutes is going to be critical. We know the crowd's going to be into the game. They're going to be juiced up because they haven't played in a while. So the first 6 minutes of the game, getting off to a great start, especially having a defensive mindset.
Thanks. We'll go next to Dan Wyke. They're in Phoenix.
Hi. Good to see you.
This is weird as hell, man.
With Kawhi down, how much is Marcus's kind of shot creation? I know it's valuable always, but specifically now when you lose a scorer like Kawhi, having that other guy who can kind of get a bucket, how important do you think that's been?
It's very important. And, we had guys step up, across the board, like Terance Mann, Reggie Jackson, Nick Batum. And, Marcus now, with Kawhi being out, he's probably our number one post threat, our post option of posting the basketball. So we know when we touch in the paint, getting to the rim, we know he's going to get open shots at the three-point line. But we got to do a good job of just make sure we, post him a little bit, make sure we feature him a little bit more.
He had that half season with the Knicks. I think it was right? Or so where he was like primary scorer.
Yeah.
You think that was really important for him, like kind of as he's grown into this league?
Yeah, I think so. And then, coming here, his role was a little different because we had PG and Kawhi. But we know he has a scoring mentality. We know he can score the basketball. And he's huge for our team on the offensive end. What's up?
Hey, with all the jobs open right now, are you cautiously optimistic, not optimistic that there could be some potential major change with black coaches at this moment?
You said black coaches?
Yeah.
Well, speaking of black coaches, I think going to the conference finals on both sides, you're going to have 3 of the 4 coaches are going to be black. Myself, Monty Williams, and now between, Nate and Doc today. So 3 out of 4 coaches left, standing is going to be black coaches. So that says a lot, about, how we can coach and, hopefully we can stop, getting looked down upon it so we can just, build the way for other young black coaches. And so I think, a lot of openings this summer. I think hopefully these GMs and owners get a chance to see that, black coaches are good coaches. And hopefully they get an opportunity with these young coaches that's coming up today.
Does that give you extra pressure to succeed, knowing that there's doors that potentially could open with your success?
I don't think extra pressure, but I do want to do well just so they can continue to see that. And like I said, just learning from Doc Rivers and having a chance to be up under him for so long and see how he's carried his weight and see how he's responded to a lot of different things, a lot of criticism, winning the championship, not being a great team. So just learning a lot from him, and hopefully I can do the same thing for these young coaches coming up.
Thanks. Next one. Sorry, we're going to go to the Zoom real quick for Andrew Gray. Go ahead, Andrew.
Virtually, hey guys. During this year, when there's a game when Kawhi missed that trip to Orlando and Miami, all of safety. Can you hear?
I can't hear you.
Maybe this will work. He had said that Kawhi was extremely engaged with the group of the coaches who wanted to know the game plans. Can you describe sort of what he wants to know with him being remote from the team right now, like how you guys manage?
We can't hear you, Andrew.
Andrew, I'm going to go ahead and mute you. I'm sorry. Here we go. We'll come to you later, Andrew.
What his level of involvement has been. What does he wanted to know about game plans and stuff like that?
Oh, okay. Yeah.
That's what he's asking.
Answer it? Oh, okay. I thought she cut him off. I thought she cut him off. No, he's been very involved. Even, game 6, down 22 at halftime, he came in the coach's office and was just talking about, different strategies and just want to know our game plan, how we're going to start, what's our coverages and things like that. So he's very engaged.
Go ahead, Mark.
That's how I get to say it. Obviously, Phoenix has had a successful season, but what's been your takeaways on what the young guys have done to be able to adapt with Chris?
The young guys have been great. They make a big deal out of the playoffs and, young guys having their first time, playing the playoffs, but that hasn't been the case this year. I thought they've done a great job, carrying their own weight. And you see, like in the Philly series with Maxey, he's playing well, Terance Mann the other night. So these young guys, they're fearless. They're playing great. And we know Mikal Bridges, we know Cam. Those guys are playing very confident. So we got to do a good job of trying to take them out.
Yeah, good seeing you, man.
Yeah.
Have you ever had a guy like Terance Mann in your career, he just explode in the second year in a game like that? And then what do you think he has to guard for coming off a game like that now in a game 1 of the Western Conference Finals?
Never had a young guy to do that, my coaching experience. But he's a guy that works, extremely hard from last season to, this summer and then all year this year, just improving the shooting. And, he shot 40% from 3 this year. So Sean Fowler's done a great job with just his shot and developing his shot. But he's a confident young guy. And it's not just his shooting, it's his rebounding, it's his defense, his ability to attack the basket, rebound the ball and push it in transition. So the biggest thing for him is keep playing like he has. No pressure on him to come out and score 39 again. Just be who he is and take his open shots and be aggressive.
I know this is such a quick turnaround, but what was kind of like the schedule for you guys? I know you guys got in yesterday, but did you guys just watch a lot of film yesterday?
Yeah, we landed around 2. Got back to the hotel. Then coaches met for a couple hours. Then we brought the players down at 6, and we watched film, personnel, and then we went over some plays that they run, on video, and then we did like a 20-minute walkthrough
in the ballroom.
In the ballroom, yes.
Go ahead, Richard.
2 things. Just you talked yesterday about how you're going to rotate a decent number of players in the first half. Who will be the steadying force? Is that Paul George, is the vet, or who kind of do you think, given some of that, will be your most steadying force on the court?
Probably PG, yeah, for sure. But we just got to be careful with it. He played 46 minutes, 36 hours ago. So we got to be smart about this situation, make sure he's feeling good, just seeing how he reacts on the court and kind of go from there.
And then just also, you mentioned Doc earlier. Have you and Doc been talking this week?
Yeah, I talked to him 2 days ago. I think when we won the game against Utah, we talked a little bit. So hopefully they can get it done today.
Is it more just, hey, how you doing, or is there actually?
No, I just said congratulations, hell of a job, and then we talked about some other things as well. And he's always in my corner. I'm in his corner. I gave him my first opportunity and my first chance. So of course, he wants to see me do well. I want to see him do well as well.
Thanks. We're going to go to the Zoom to go to Law. Go ahead, Law.
Hey, what's going on, Ty? Looking at how Devin Booker played in the regular season against you guys, I mean, it's a different kind of score than you saw from Luka Doncic, from Donovan Mitchell in the playoffs so far. He got to the free throw line a lot, but didn't make a lot of threes, didn't take a lot of threes. So how does that dynamic change as far as how you guys had to defend the previous first options throughout the playoffs?
We know he's a big-time scorer, so we just, try to limit to the touches as much as possible. Try to limit to the shot attempts like we did with Luka, those last 2 games, and also with Donovan in the last 3 games, But that's tough guys to guard. Like you say, he's smart. He gets to the free throw line. He's a great three-point shooter. He's a great mid-range shooter, which you don't see a lot of today. Usually you're a great three-point shooter or you're a great mid-range shooter, but he's actually both. So he plays with a great pace. They do a lot of advanced passes. He gets it up early and attacks early. So we got to try to get back and get our defense set.
Last one.
DeAndre is kind of, I'd say, a swing player in this series, particularly when you guys go small. What are the keys against him in those environments where you don't have to send him?
I think rebounding. I think, game 3, we played him up here. He did a great job on the boards. I think he might have 5 offensive rebounds in the second half, but key rebounds down the stretch. So we're going to be doing a lot of switching, playing small. We do have to come back and gang rebound, but we got to hit him first because he is a physical guy down low.
Thanks, Todd.
All right, thank you.
Thanks, Todd.